The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of my Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Yeah, I started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video. I need a lot of y'all to understand that Girl Meets World ended years ago. Like, I was still in high school when Girl Meets World ended. That's saying something.
It's my thing, you know what I mean. It's my thing, you know what I mean.
Hey y'all, it's Harriana and I'm back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is... Ooh, girl, we gonna start that over. Hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Harriana and welcome back to The Pirate Ship, also known as Harry Hook's Pirate Ship. I am the captain. You are not my first mate. I don't got no first mate because you want to know why? Bring your ear closer to the speaker so you can hear me clearly. No one's worthy of being the first mate. But hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Harriana and I like to make content based on nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find within those spaces. There has been some discourse going on about Sabrina Carpenter that I want to elaborate on, especially because like back in the day, like me and more so like my teenage years, I was like a hardcore stan of her. Like if you, a lot of y'all don't know my channel from back then, but I used to go to her concerts like all the time and would like vlog them and everything like that. So I'm pretty like seasoned in like the type of work that Sabrina Carpenter does, but also a lot of the discourse that I see going on now with her concerts is stuff that was going on back then with her concerts, because I remember people were policing the way she was dressed back then, like she wasn't like 20 and 19 years old. I'm like, y'all, she can dress that way, she's of age, but okay. But before we get started, I just want to do a shameless plug. This Anarchy hat, this flyaway hoodie, these are both panty and stocking products that are come from my shop. If you guys are interested in these products and everything else that I have on my shop, like these two necklaces that I'm wearing that don't tarnish in the fucking shower when you wear them, this lip gloss that I'm wearing, I have a lot of things from my shop. But if you're interested in my merchandise, the link to that will be down below. If you want to support a black owned business this holiday season, consider mine. But anyway, let's go back into what I wanted to discuss about Sabrina Carpenter, because I feel like a lot of people fail to realize that she is grown. And it's not just Sabrina Carpenter that I have noticed people do this with. Y'all tend to do this a lot when it comes to Disney stars. Like y'all forever see a lot of Disney stars as little kids, and I can't stand it, because I remember Raven-Symoné even struggled with this for a little bit, where everyone expected her to be like this one type of way when she was just like, no, that's just not who I am. And I remember Miley Cyrus struggled with this a lot too back then. Like I remember one of my most popular videos that I ever made was talking about how I think the general public needs like to give Miley Cyrus an apology, because they were on her ass so much when she like, you know, became 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and the behaviors that she was doing like were just kind of like normal for her age, but she was doing it so publicly. But also it had to do with the fact that she was on Disney Channel and people will forever view her as this teeny bopper sensation person because she was Hannah Montana. I feel like when you're on Disney Channel, people just expect so much more of you. Even when you're into adulthood, they expect you to have the same type of Disney persona that you had back then in the real world. I feel like we infantilize a lot of Disney stars, to like, you know, bluntly put it, because I even noticed that a lot of Disney stars who are adults, because not everyone who starts off on Disney are like younger than 18, when they are adults, people still like feel the need to say something about the other works that they have been in that are adult. But moving forward, talking about like the Sabrina Carpenter situation, I don't want to spend too much on it because I noticed that other people have been talking about it, but people are just getting mad that she is doing grown things at her concerts. Mind you, Sabrina Carpenter is literally 25. She turns 26 next year. And now also people have been feeling some type of way about what she is talking about in her music now, because it's always been very subtle in her music. As somebody who used to listen to her a lot, I don't really listen to her anymore. I'm not really a fan of like the new album, and that's okay. Like everyone has their different tastes and preferences, but I did like a lot of her older music. But she has been a lot more open to thinking about sex, and that is a grown-ass thing, and I think she has the right to sing about that in her music. She's 25, y'all. But I feel like because Sabrina used to be on Disney Channel, they just expect so much different from her. Like, they expect her to keep this super squeaky clean image all the time. And I've noticed that this has happened a lot when it comes to just not just former child stars, but former Disney stars and everything like that. They feel like they completely have to reinvent themselves, and they're not allowed to show the world who they truly are as people. And I think that's why when it came to JoJo Siwa, like in her bad girl era, her bad girl phase, that's why a lot of people were like kind of annoyed by it. And I was like, I feel like for the longest, JoJo has just never been able to like fully express who she was. And that's because like JoJo was technically like a Nickelodeon star. She was a Dance Mom star too, just as well. But like with Sabrina Carpenter, I remember how different things were back then. Like she kind of had to have this super squeaky clean image regarding pretty much everything that she did, even when it came to her concerts. Because I remember people were throwing a big fit about a lot of the outfits that she was choosing to wear. They were like, oh my god, her shorts are too short. Oh my god, why is her stomach showing? What the fuck is she doing? What's going on? Like, it's just annoying. But I feel like a lot of y'all cannot separate Maya Hart, the character that she played on Gourmet's World, from Sabrina Carpenter. Those are two completely different people. And this is coming from somebody, I have been open about this on my channel, so y'all can't try to drag me about this. But I used to be a really big fan of Girl Meets World when it was on air. And even back then, a lot of people could not separate Sabrina from her character that she played on the series. And I really did not want to bring her up in this video, but because of the recent controversies that have been going on with her just as well, Skai Jackson, that girl is not Zuri Ross. She's not Zuri Ross. As problematic as she can be at times, Skai Jackson is her own person. She is not this innocent Disney little princess that everyone thinks she is because of how she was portrayed when she was on the network. And even then, I have a lot of concerns about the way Disney wrote Zuri Ross. I talked about it one time in my African American studies class in school. Not to be the friend that's too woke, but they literally had her playing a damn caricature. It was a mess. But like, even with Skai Jackson, I was like, Jessie ended years ago. Her time on Bunk ended a while ago. Skai Jackson does still act, by the way, because people are saying that Skai Jackson doesn't have a job. I'm like, no, y'all, she literally do be booked sometimes. But I feel like a lot of people's disappointment with Skai Jackson right now, because no, I get it, because the yerky bullshit, that is a hot ass mess. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that right there. But my main concern with this is that I was like, Skai is a grown-ass woman. Therefore, she is allowed to make her own choices. She is allowed to make her own decisions. I feel like because people just crafted this super perfect squeaky clean image of her in their head because she was on Disney Channel is why they're just so irritated with her now, regardless over the fact that like the man that she's with is a mess. We can go ahead and acknowledge that. But also, I'm like, y'all gotta accept that Skai Jackson is allowed to make her own choices and she's allowed to make her own decisions. Sabrina Carpenter is allowed to make her own choices and make her own decisions.
Hi, editing me here. I wanted to go a little bit more into detail about Skai Jackson, mainly because I noticed my thoughts were a little jumbled up right here, and I want to clarify a little bit about what I've meant. And y'all know that I have spoken up in the past about Skai Jackson's behavior, and I do think that I could have been a lot kinder to her, but y'all know we don't really talk about celebrity gossip on this channel anymore. But what I was saying is that even though we may not like the things Skai Jackson is doing and we may not agree with the choices and decisions that she is making, at the end of the day, Skai Jackson is 22. Skai Jackson is not Zuri Ross. She's like, she was a Disney star, but her and Zuri are two different people. Skai Jackson is now a grown woman, therefore she is going to make her own decisions and she's gonna have to learn and grow from them. And we, at the end of the day, while we can be concerned about her and want the best for her overall, we do not know her. She can still make her own choices and make her own decisions no matter how much we don't like them. As I mentioned, I feel like a lot of us tend to infantilize Disney stars because they have that Disney image. And you know, Disney is labeled as like a family-friendly brand. And when people think family-friendly, they think like, you know, for kids. They think for all ages. And that's, you know, what it is. And when these former Disney stars do things that are not family-friendly, that's when people start to raise eyebrows because they're like, wait a minute, weren't you on Disney? These people are grown, y'all. They can make their own choices no matter how much we like them. People may not like how Sabrina has been very sexual lately when it comes to her music, including her performances, but also she's 25. She's allowed to make them choices herself.
I think so much of this frustration has to do with the fact that they were people that grew up in the public eye. And I'd say that Chloe Bailey is somebody else I would throw into this mix too. Because we knew her on Grownish. And even though Grownish is technically grown, it's low-key childish to a certain extent. But that's just because Kenya Barris just is not that good. But I remember Chloe even said something publicly talking about how people have like literally watched her grow up in the film industry. People have literally watched her grow up in the years. They have seen her transition from being young to being like a grown woman. And she was talking about how she does want to truly express who she is more so as a person. People already have this crafted image of Chloe in their head from years ago. And I feel like a lot of people are like that too with Sabrina Carpenter. And mind you, I feel like people are more easy to defend Sabrina right now because a lot of people really didn't start listening to Sabrina until now when she started entering her more mature phase. I don't know. This is just something that I just wanted to get on here and just quickly rant about. I didn't want to spend too long on this video, but Girl Meets World ended years ago. Y'all gotta accept that Maya Hart and Sabrina are not the same person. Sabrina is a grown woman that's gonna make her own choices. We're just gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I deeply do appreciate it. If you're interested in my merchandise and all that, the link to that will be down below. Have a great day, night, or whatever time of the day you chose to watch this video. I'm just thankful that you're watching with the ads on. Alright, thank you. Goodbye.